strongest power-up between these in Dragon Ball Super, and where do Goku and Vegeta stand with their Super Saiyan God power in Dragon Ball Super, along with the power of fusion, whilst as Gogeta and Vegito. These amps are insane when applied to Goku and Vegeta's power coming off Dragon Ball Z. I really appreciate every like you give my videos. If you power this video up to 1,000 likes, that helps push it into the algorithm. 1,000, that's what it takes to break limits. And scholars, you matter. Goku is far more broken than you think he is. And there are times when I ask myself, did Toriyama, Toyotaro, and especially the anime writing team, did they even know how powerful they were writing Goku and his abilities when carrying out the story? There are certain moments where Goku demonstrates his power, which are narrated in accordance with the plot, but there are certain things he does out of the blue, and it doesn't even come across as a gag moment, it just simply happens. You see, the punching power of Super Saiyan God clashing with Beerus, threatening the universe, it's incredibly powerful. This feat is something that if undermine and downplay, but it truly is devastating. The feat in itself is low multiversal. Goku and Beerus were going to destroy the whole Universe 7 macrocosm in just a few punches. The macrocosm is endless and infinite according to scans in the Daizenshu. Toriyama created the ball-like world to help us get our heads around the infinitely sized universe. The Kaioshin realm is 1/10 the size of the macrocosm, where the macrocosm is a higher level of infinity than the Kaioshin realm. Now in simple terms, the macrocosm comprises of 8 space-times: Afterlife, Hell, Enma realm, Kaio realm, Living world, Outer space, Demon realm, and the Kaioshin realm. So why is Super Saiyan God so powerful? Well, Goku was going to destroy all of that, every realm there, with just a few punches. It's low multiversal, and you need to be able to destroy 2 or more space-time continuums to be that. Now, if we consider Super Saiyan 3 and Dragon Ball Z Kai, where the Dragon Ball Super anime appears to continue from that in terms of linking continuities, Super Saiyan 3 doesn't even come close to the deadliness of Super Saiyan God. And this is only the early stages of Goku's new level of power in Super. In fact, many raise the case that Super Saiyan 3 Goku in Dragon Ball Z Kai and the manga is roughly galaxy level. And one multiplier I've seen associated to Super Saiyan God is by working out how much it would take the raw power of Super Saiyan 3 Goku that's galaxy level to get to low multiversal. And that's by using the theory of how many galaxies are in a universe, which could be 125 billion, and that's only in the observable universe. And that's implying that the Dragon Ball living world is like our own. This would not just mean Super Saiyan God is 125 billion on top of Super Saiyan 3, because going with this method, we have to count for there being 8 different space-times in the Dragon Ball universe, not just the living world, so potentially 8 times this. And this may not even be all of the power. In order to get low multiversal by this method though, Super Saiyan God could be anywhere up to 1 trillion on top of Super Saiyan 3. Maybe more if just the punches with Beerus were enough to threaten the entire Universe 7. Now if that's 1 trillion on top of Super Saiyan 3, that would be 400 trillion on top of base form. And that's in terms of raw power going from galaxy level to low multiversal. But it could be way higher. And this is just Super Saiyan God after the ritual in the battle with Beerus before he even absorbed the power into his base form. The power of God leapfrogged Kale and Cauliflower, then a fusion multiplier leapfrogged Super Saiyan God in a similar show of dominance. And as stated by Vados, and in the writing itself, fusion is pretty much the sum of the parts, then multiplied tens of times. So is fusion roughly the same jump in power as Super Saiyan God? Apparently not, with this statement in the Battle of Gods, where Goku believed fusion wouldn't be enough against Beerus. And the narration made it clear that Super Saiyan God was the only level of power to deal with the plot threat. So how can a tens of times multiplier from fusion even come close to the trillions we just calculated through the tiering system? This is where we come to some fusion headcanon, because I believe there is some form of truth to how fusion's power was implied during the Tournament of Power. So as we know, there are multiple sources of fusion power boosts. We get A times B in the Daizenshu, we get 10 stronger, dozens stronger in various material, such as the Densetsu and GT Perfect files. We also get tens of times after the sum of the parts in the Super anime. And in the Broly movie, we also get, by Gogeta, saying the powers aren't just added together, but significantly magnified. So when you combine all of the material and what we have, pretty much all of them support each other in some way, except A times B. A times B is extremely broken and doesn't give a stable or set multiplier for fusion. When using this, the power gaps can become very messy and out of control. And not only that, the equation doesn't even work if both powers are 1. 1 times 1 equals 1. The fusion wouldn't even be stronger. And that goes against what fusion is. However, using collective points, the sum of the parts followed by a power magnification works best. And that kind of makes sense